Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our special video of hidden karmas of Saturn in your horoscope. And I'm making this video especially after the fact that I made a video on KRS vlogs on 2022 transit of Saturn, okay, using a particular concept known as Sarvobhadra Chakra. So I've uploaded that on my vlogs on my academy. But what I want to show you, and I don't want to go through the whole thing of explaining this Sarvobhadra Chakra, because I tried doing that 3 times and I failed. Fourth one, I was so frustrated, I had to cut back down what I was talking about, because my very first video I remember was 40 minutes long. And then technical issues happened. And just fourth one. And I explained that actually in the very first video on my KRS vlogs that I was trying to make on Sarvobhadra Chakra, that this is this is like a yantra. You want to be careful when you use Sarvobhadra Chakra to gain something for yourself or to try to hurt someone else using this chakra. It's literally, when you look at Sarvobhadra Chakra, it's kind of like a yantra. It's a particular thing that most people even use in stock market astrology. And you shouldn't be using, it's like, you gotta know about the weapon and what the weapon is capable of doing before you start using it. And Sarvobhadra Chakra is in that particular category. So, but the hidden aspect is this. Like Saturn, we all know, is the type of planet who will always impact its placement, 3rd from itself, 7th from itself, 10th from itself. And obviously you'll even have like 50% aspect on the 5th and 9th house as well from itself. But the thing is, Saturn, or any planet, but specifically Saturn, because it represents our unfinished karmas, Saturn will impact certain houses if you know Sarvobhadra Chakra. And it's actually very simple. I believe I explained it very quickly on my video. But let's take, for example, okay, and this is something that I have noticed when I'm doing career readings, that people born between 1977 and 78, okay, specifically 77, 78, really dealt with, and even like maybe I would say early 79, dealt with major career issues, major setbacks and career issues in their life till literally 36th year. It was like the most hard placement I have seen of people who have, dealt with a lot of career issues in this particular placement. And so when you look back at this and when you understand Sarvobhadra Chakra, you will see when Saturn is in the sign of Leo, okay, and Saturn transits the sign of Leo for 2.5 years. That means it's going to pass through Magha Nakshatra, Purva Falguni Nakshatra, Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. And while it's transiting, it will impact the sign of Capricorn. Saturn will impact the sign of Capricorn. Now, you must be thinking, well, it's its own sign. First of all, let's forget even that it's how it's impacting. But why Capricorn? Well, you got to understand, this particular hidden aspect of Saturn or any planet is not specifically driven towards Capricorn sign. It is driven to specific nakshatras. It only kind of like has this laser beam. Whenever it's in a certain sign, it'll have this laser beam towards a certain portion of a zodiac sign. So Saturn being in, sign of Leo will impact the portion of Capricorn where the nakshatra of Uttara Ashada, Abhijit and Saravan lies. It will not impact Dhanishta from Magha. But still, it is covering literally 75% of the sign of Capricorn. And so even though it's Capricorn, but you got to understand that particular house gets impacted because it becomes 8th from itself. So if Saturn is in Leo, I'm sorry, 6th from itself. So if Saturn is in Leo, the Capricorn becomes 6th from Saturn, which is the Prarabdha. And remember, I made a video on Saturn. 6th from Saturn becomes the actual real Prarabdha karma. It's one of the most intense ones, although all planets will have Prarabdha 6th from themselves. But here specifically, not only it's 6th from itself, people born in those particular years. But if you understand the Sarvabhadra Chakra concept, Saturn will impact the nakshatra portions. These 3 nakshatra, even though Abhijit is not taken in accounts in Vedic astrology studies in this day and age, but let's just say it's impacting Uttarashada and Sravan. So by the time it would move to, Dhanishta, or it wouldn't even like recognize Dhanishta. I think in order for it to be in Dhanishta, it's supposed to be, I believe, in Vishaka. When Saturn is in Vishaka, when Saturn is in Ashlesha, it will impact, and even Saravan Nakshatra itself in Capricorn, it will impact the portion of Dhanishta. But just by understanding this, so if you just understand this concept, and it's very easy, within 5 minutes, you can just draw these lines on the Sarvabhadra Chakra, and mentally you can just see which planet will impact where. So besides, let's say, even Mars impacting the 4th from itself, 7th from itself, 8th from itself, it'll impact 5th from itself, 12th from itself. So especially if, let's say, Saturn is in Aquarius, I was making this video on KRS vlog that I just uploaded. Saturn in Aquarius, okay, in Dhanishta, in Aquarius in Dhanishta, will actually aspect 12th from itself towards the nakshatra of Saravan. But this Sarvabhadra is really used for transit. But once you learn the concept, because when we are born, it was an actual transit that was happening in the sky that is taken as our birth chart. And from that, once we understand, these impacts, you see why certain things are getting delayed, becoming frustrated, okay, becoming this cold place for us. So people born in the sign of Leo would feel this coldness from their career, their bosses, authorities. They will always feel like that they're become the last one to be recognized, last one to be given something. And once you understand this, you realize why. Now, why is it that Sarvabhadra exists? Well, for that, I would probably have to consult, Parashara or some other rishis out there, how it was invented and who invented it. And I don't know. Maybe most of you guys who are in India, perhaps you can ask some genius astrologer, what is the purpose? How was it invented? Because we know how a birth chart is created. We look up at the sky. But all these unusual aspects, because in Sarvabhadra Chakra, there's these 3 Vedas. Left Veda, right Veda, and the forward Veda, the direct Veda. These are known as so just think of Vedas as the aspect. So Saturn in the sign of Leo will impact Bharani Nakshatra, so the zodiac sign of Aries, and it'll impact those 2 main nakshatra, Saravan and Uttarashada, in Capricorn. And it'll also impact Ashlesha. So the sign of Cancer of Ashlesha. So 12th from itself is looking. And so you will also see some karma related to getting nourishment from the mother. People born in 77 and 78 will have some issue of lack of nourishment through the mother, because especially it's the Ashlesha nakshatra. Ashlesha is known as the serpent. And if you look at the life of snakes, when a serpent is born, mother's gone. Eggs are just left there and it just comes out and it's ready to go, it's ready to eat its meal. So there's no motherly presence there. So this is beautiful. I think once I understood Sarvabhadra, now when you look at a chart, you can see how one planet is impacting so many places. Like Jupiter itself, being the ruler of 2 houses, having 3 major aspects, being the significator of 4 different houses. So 8 out of 12 houses are being impacted by Jupiter. But once you understand the Sarvabhadra, probably it's like 10 houses then, So this is something that I wanted to share. But yes, I know you guys probably are expecting me to show you this, but again, it is such a tedious thing, because for me to show Sarvabhadra Chakra and how it's worked, because you take the outer layer of Sarvabhadra Chakra is the nakshatras, then is the letters, the akshar, right? Then it's the zodiac signs, then it's the tithis of the moon becomes the inner box, then the vars, meaning like Monday, Budhvar, Shanivar, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then you naturally will see also impact upon the planets. And there's many rules in Sarvabhadra Chakra. Like if a planet is retrograde, some people will say it's aspecting or it's trying to look in a backward direction from a thing. Our other astrologers don't use that. They use direct. They just use the direct thing. So and then some astrologers will not take Vedas of the sun and moon, meaning sun and moon won't have those 3 aspects. Some do. It's like a matrix. But for me, I actually use it. I use sun and moon Vedas. I use Rahu Ketu Vedas. This is where you can see those inner hidden, inner workings during the Dasha and Antradasha of a planet. As to why this planet is doing this, and we will try to come to a conclusion through divisional charts, through transit, but we forget that this particular planet is also impacting this house and this nakshatra portion, so the story of that nakshatra comes alive. So probably I will try to make it, but again, it's so tedious that I just don't have the patience to do that long of a video. Maybe I will once I have like time and this calmness in my brain. But I just wanted to show that, especially with Saturn, Saturn will impact many places besides just 3rd, 7th, and 10th house. And you got to understand, like, you have to take those 25% aspects of planets. How some planets will have 50% aspect on 5 and 9, 25% and 4th from themselves, 8th from themselves. Once you use it, you will start to see that it actually brings everything alive. All right. So anyway, guys, this is something that I just wanted to discuss and show you specifically regarding these 2 years of 77 and 78. So anyway, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos, even though I know this might be a little bit confusing because I wasn't showing too much about it, just telling you about it, but at least now you can research on your own. And if you want to know everything about your chart, my consultations, books, reports, check out the links here, including my link to the Academy, Magha Vedic Astrology Academy, where, like I said, I uploaded the video of Saturn's 2022 transit of Sarvabhadra Chakra. Okay, see ya.